All right. So we're speaking with Jay Thomas from Georgia State basketball. Your team had a very good win against Troy. Got two victories. Just overall thoughts on the wins themselves as a unit.
Yeah, definitely great wins for us. The ones that we definitely needed as well, given that we only played 9 games now in the conference compared to other teams playing double digits. And it was a good to go out and beat Troy because last year they got us twice, one time at their place and one time here. And those losses stung last year, and they came at a critical time when we were trying to clinch the one of the top seeds for the tournament. So just being able to come out and get 2 wins, and we was on a pause. We had been on a pause for a while because being so that our players had corona. Our players were traced, had to get contact traced because Georgia Southern, one of their players had corona.
Right.
So it was good to come out. It was good to come out and get a win against a solid team this year.
You obviously don't want time off the court, but was that break a little bit beneficial in a way? Because the two games against Troy, which we'll get to, you played, I think, 30 plus minutes in each of those contests, which is a pretty large amount of time for you on the court. Did you feel a little bit fresher having that 8 days off between games?
Yeah, I definitely felt good going into the 2 games, coming off of the 8-day pause. Within those 8 days, we weren't really practicing. Like they split us up into 2 groups. One group was practicing, the other group was doing individual workouts, and I was a part of that second group, just doing workouts. We got a lot of conditioning in with the coaches, just getting up and down by ourselves. Making sure we going at a good pace to get a good win. Get an example for the games that the pace is pretty fast in those games. So it was good coming in. I felt pretty good in each game.
Yeah, and then the second night, you had a career high 16 points, went 6 of 7 from the floor, hit all 4 of your free throws, had 5 rebounds as well. When you're on the court, do you realize that, hey, I haven't missed a shot yet, or I'm feeling pretty good out there? Do you realize that during the contest, or did you realize your stats at the end as far as your perfect night?
Yeah, I didn't. I really wasn't even paying attention to my field goal percentage in terms of not missing shots. I mean, I knew I was scoring a lot. Beginning of the second half, I knew I had it going. But in terms of my percentage, I had no idea that. I didn't realize at the end of the game that I had missed a shot to the end. So that was pretty good, though.
Yeah, Coach Lanier joked you took that 3-pointer. I was watching that too, and I was like, he doesn't realize he's perfect. I mean, a 3-pointers, I know you probably something you've worked on, but I was like, man, that's not the best percentage shot to keep your perfect stats. Were you aware of that when you missed that? I was like, oh man, that's my first miss of the night.
No, I just took the shot because when the shot clock,
Sure.
running down, ended the game, I just took the shot. I didn't realize that was my first miss. So I thought it was going to him.
But yeah, but what about just these past 2 days that you said you're scoring a lot more, you're playing more minutes. I know we talked earlier in the year that was a thing for you to get on the court, avoid foul trouble, things like that. Do you feel like you're just reaching that good point right now where you're finding that balance for you individually?
Yeah, definitely. I feel like right now coming to the end of the season, me being able to stay on the court is the best advantage for our team. Not getting a foul trouble, being able to get shots up and just play with my teammates. And they're starting to find me the last couple of games. I had my career high twice, so they're just starting to find me more. Just being able to get the shots that I can do, that I can make. They know my spots and I know my spots, so it's a good feeling going out there being able to score.
Yeah, for sure. And now I look at the schedule. You went from not playing too many games to maybe having three within a
Mhm.
7 day period, starting with Appalachian State on the 23rd. How is the team recovering physically and mentally, just preparing for this home stretch of the regular season?
We've just been, trying to get our treatment in. Our weight room coach, Nika, our trainer, she's making sure that we're getting treatment and getting our cold to ice on our bodies. Vinny, our strength coach, she's always making sure we're doing, exercises and workouts that'll make sure that we're, not going to get injured these last few games. And he's making sure we're able to go out there and perform at a high level. And, it is a lot, 3 games, 7 days, but, we're prepared for that. And we know that's what we're going to have to do, being so that we miss several games throughout the year. So, yeah, we're ready for that.
Yeah, is this a different physical approach than maybe last year, where it was until the season got suspended, a more consistent schedule? Have you had to make physical adjustments just to your training, your diet, things like that this
Definitely.
year with everything going on?
Yeah, for sure. Not having that much time in between games now, you can't do as much on the court. you got to stay aware, like, of your body, make sure that you're ready to play, especially, those last couple games, playing a lot for me, just making sure that I'm eating right and, getting enough sleep, not doing too much on the court. As a team, we're not doing that much because of the games that are so close together. Coach Neal wants us to make sure that we're ready to go each game. He wants us to play hard all the time. So just being ready to go to those games. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And then lastly, as continued in my research and following everything, first I didn't realize the legendary career your father had as a basketball player and being a Hall of Famer in the I think CIAA. What's that like? What was that influence like for you, having a guy that played at a high level, at the collegiate level, and him helping you out in your career?
Yeah, it's an impact for sure. Growing up, just trying to live up to that standard, and now I'm trying to take to that level, like just like he did. And that's my goal in the end. Get to the highest level in the NBA. But right now, my goal is to also be a great collegiate player and do things that he did. So that's what I'm trying to reach right now.
Yeah, and it looks like your family, yeah, CIA. I want to make sure I gave him his proper respect at Norfolk State. Very good program. And then also being a Detroit native, do you follow the Lions much at all as far as football goes?
Yeah, man, that's my team. But
What about
we
the
just
So about the trade for Matt Stafford or away from Matt Stafford? Now you have Jared Goff. What's the
right.
thoughts on that?
I mean, I was a Lions fan really because Stafford and when we lost Megatron a few years back. Then I was just less and less, liking him, because we've been pretty bad the last few years. And we got rid of Darius Slay. He's on the Eagles. So now Stafford's going. So I'm following with Stafford, man. I'm with the Rams. I'm with
Wow, you're turning your
I'm following.
you're
Yeah, I'm
rejecting.
with
Wow,
Stafford.
you're rejecting them.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting. But what do you think? Well, so what about Stafford? What do you think? How do you think he'll do in LA? Because
Oh yeah,
they say he's
man.
went to Lions, and it's a franchise that struggled over the years. He now has a new
Right.
place to play.
Man, Stafford is cold, man. He's tough. I think that with the pieces the Rams had, and they had no one defense, number 2 defense in the league this year, and the weapons he has on offense, they had Cam Akers at running back, and they got pretty good receivers too. I think they have a chance at the Super Bowl. I'm not gonna lie. Because Stafford just struggled with Detroit because the line was terrible, and the receiver. I mean, the pieces around him weren't as good as the Rams have, and the Rams have built that foundation, and I think they got a great chance of being able to make a run for the Super Bowl.
Wow, well, Jay, that's an interesting perspective on. I have to rethink that trade then. All right. Well, thanks for your time. We appreciate it,
Yeah,
and good luck against App State and then ending the regular season. You stay healthy, and the rest of the team as well.
yeah, appreciate you, my guy.
All right, thank you, Jay.
Thanks.
All right, and that was Jay Thomas, the forward or center front court player for the Georgia State Panthers. And that's they face Appalachian State on the 23rd, just checking the calendar. And then they face first place South Alabama later on in the week to wrap up the regular season. If you want to see more on Georgia State athletics and the basketball team, as well as some of the other sports or college athletics in general, make sure you go to the sportsinquirer.net and check that out. And you'll get the full video and audio of this interview. And as well, social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And you can also go to your podcast audio providers such as SoundCloud, Google Podcast, and YouTube and things along those lines. You just do a search and you'll find out everything we are doing. Until next time, be safe.